And I believe too. And with that, there's only one thing left to say. Let's rev it up!
Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, so I went to locals yesterday, and oh man, I made a few mistakes. I should not have done last minute. But I'll show you the changes that I've made, and I'll try to explain what I found out with this build. And then actually, like, because there's some situations that I caught myself in, and I started noticing things. And one of the big issues was some of the changes that I've made. Like, in theory, the way I thought about it, like one twin twister seemed like, oh, okay, yeah, like it just seemed like it seemed logical. Like, oh, okay, just one's enough for that particular scenario, because you want it to be as consistent as possible. But like, you need 3 twin twisters. Like, you need to, like, if the fact that you can possibly go second, like, you need to be able to see it. And another thing that I changed as well was this. I was gonna try it out. I was like, oh, it's a wear off out target, and I can just search it like towards the end, or I'll just end with it. So having Veiler, Crystal, Herald, Quasar is that's just insane with the Veiler on top of that, and then having like a set twister. I was like, oh, there's no way I'm losing that game when that's still open up like Kaiju, Slumber, Dark Hole, or Regeki, or something along those lines. But then even then, at least with 3 cards, and with Zoo being out. Luckily, I didn't play no Zoo yesterday, but there was a lot of Zoo, like a lot of Zoo. And yeah, so that's the only way they can possibly do it. I mean, it's a bit intimidating that the fact that exists, because all they need is Barrage, a Terratop, or Tanky, and then they could just get to Dryden and have some sort of establishment. So that's a bit like oh damn, like that's a bit of an eye opener. Like, oh damn, actually that it is possible, you know. But yeah, one of the big mistakes was I don't know. I don't know. It's like I'm going back and forth on whether to actually main like things to interrupt or keep it as consistent as it possibly can. That's where this deck has issues with. Whether you want to be interactive or you do not want to be interactive at all, and just have it as consistent as you possibly can. And I don't know, like that's a struggle with this deck. But it is possible, because the fact that you can do something that not many decks can do, establishes a very strong board. That's just insane. Like if it comes down to the die roll, if you win a die roll, you're just gonna win, because that means you're gonna win game 1. Game 2, it doesn't really matter, because game 3 you're gonna go first again. And the only thing they have out, like, yeah, they'll have Maxine, Ogre, or Diddy Corral or something, but that's if they draw it, and the Kaiju. But then you side in stuff, and that's another thing I noticed as well. The side deck, it's like this particular build, ever since I added the instant fusion, it makes it so much harder to decide, because it's so consistent to the point where you don't want to take anything apart. Because once you take like something out, it just starts crumbling, and oh damn. So the whole theory behind the side deck of Kaijus and Slumbers, it's just, I'm not sure if that's the way to go with this particular build, because it's so, everything just flows so good. If you take something out, it'll just go back to how it was before, where you just have this, and then you don't have this or this, and it just makes it like, oh man, I don't know. But for sure, like, one thing is I gotta put more than one twin twister. And another thing as well, like, what I noticed that is like don't get me wrong, this is really good. This is insane. Someone they saved me when I didn't have to take the burn. But I noticed that, like, you kind of have to, like, this could be like another twin twister, and so can this. I've already like figured it out. Like, okay, this is I'm gonna switch these two for 2 twin twisters, and I'm not playing Upstart. Like, Upstart is it's a filter card, like, but it can be anything literally. But I don't know. That's the thing. You're gonna be swapping consistency over interaction, and that's something that this deck struggled with. And I think that I'm gonna just end up playing twin twister for these two, because like the way I thought about it was, where after you're guaranteed, like, you have to use one, and then if you're desperate, then you use 2, and the third one is mainly like just to thin out your deck. But then again, you don't really have to use them. You only use them if you need to use them, which is how I figured out I can afford to cut this. Because like, yeah, this saves the burn for that, but you don't have to use it. Like, you don't have to use them. Of course, it's a drawback because you're not thinning out your deck. So you might have this and you'll draw your 1-stars. So it's like, damn, like, oh, I wish I could have just searched it. And then in the back of your mind, you want this to be able to negate the burn. But I think, like, you need Twin Twister for this, because the odds of you opening up this and this and having Twin Twister going second is just insane. Like, as long as I don't open up barrier, you're good. Like, you can play through strikes and trident, but you cannot play through barrier. That's like your downfall right there. That's just insane. But yeah, I think that's one thing I'm gonna change these two back to Twisters, and everything should be back to normal. But yeah, that's insane. But yeah, I lost to round 1. I faced a Speedroid. Round 2 I played, and I lost that one. And then round 2 I played, I think, Blue Eyes, and I lost that one. Game 1 I got it. Game 2 he ended up like getting that guy that doesn't let you special from your extra deck. That one, the Morpheus guy. And I'll show you the side. Like the side deck is where it was so tricky too. Like I changed it last minute, and oh my god, it was, I don't know how I feel. It was just like a thing that I just do. Like right before the event, I'm like, oh, maybe this will work, maybe that'll work, and then I just end up changing it, and it doesn't work out. Like so I have to like really think about it. Yeah, so I played through the maxis. The reason I played this is because of this. Watch, you see what I mean? Like in theory. Okay, let's put that there. Okay, in theory, I was okay. Going second, I better not risk it and try to play through barriers. So I might as well, like, if I go second, I'll eventually draw these two and like hand trap them or something, kaiju, and then set these, and then like let them do whatever they want. And as my only loss would be if they have Twister, and that's a bit of a risk. But the fact that if I don't get Twistered, I'll wipe out their entire board, like get rid of their barriers or strikes and their Dryadents. Well, not Dryadent, because unless they're going for game. But this will clear that and it'll make room for me to just do whatever I want. Because like it'll be 2 cards against my 4, and I'll draw into a 5th. So odds are I can possibly do something with that. So that in theory it worked. I was like, oh yeah, I can do that because this could counter barrier. I could just like set this, boom, nuke everything, and then just have it open for me. And then I side this one once because it's like you kaiju, like sphere mode kaiju. You just need the one, so you just for that scenario. And against the blue heads guy, he maxed me game 3, and then I couldn't take him out. I only had 1 level eater to work with, and if I had 2 level eaters, that would be so different. But I only had 1 level eater going back and forth, so that was a bit stressful. I was like overloading that little guy. But yeah, like if I drew this, I would have been pretty good, in a pretty good standing. And then maxis, the only reason I would play this maxi is because if I have something to defend myself, which was this. So going second, I can just like maxi them, and then that's fine because like I'll just force them. And then this is just for Toad or some. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, man. Oh man, this is so crazy. But in theory, that's what I thought. Okay, oh, maybe this might work, but I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know, man. Here's the extra deck. Okay, so here's tokens for sure. Quasar, Trish. Oh, it's not meant to be there. Although I really miss this guy. Oh my god, this guy came up so many times. Like so many times. Crystal Drill, Coral, Charge, Librarian, Jet Warrior, Excel, Herald, Tatsunoko, 3 Formula Synchron, and then I managed to get it. Thank you, Campbell. Oh yes, thank you. I managed to get this before the event, so that was really cool. Like this guy is just, oh man, every time you open up a night Gofu and instant fusion, you know that you have something going there, because like you have 2 ways of playing, so that this adds that extra element that you were missing. And oh my god, it's so good. But I don't know, man. I really miss this guy. Like this guy would have come up so many times. Like there was times where I would go summon Gofu Armageddon, level 8, and then they'll banish my level 8 or they'll pop it, and then I couldn't go until level 8. And if this guy was there, oh my god, this was just, oh my god, this is so crazy. But yeah, like I don't know, man. Damn, that's crazy. But I think that's just gonna be it. Just gonna change back the twisters and gotta be more manageable with the Arthos. I don't know, man. Oh my god, yeah, because the only way you'll lose is if you get barrier. Like that's the straight up. Anything else you can push through, play around. But like if they don't get a barrier or a dweller, then you're good. It's just that barrier so strong, man. Barrier is so freaking strong. Oh my god. Oh man, no, but yeah, that's just gonna be it. I gotta do another deck file for the Synchro trick, so I ended up changing in the deck as well. And then I'll probably do another test hand for this, and then depending on the amount of likes, I'll just frequently just upload videos of just doing test hands, and yeah, see how you guys like that. Just randomize, not get specific cards, just random test hands and see how you guys like that. But yeah, oh my god, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching.